Hello everybody, here we have a 1999 Toyota Celica with a System 2 lean Bank 1 problem P0171, and this Toyota, it's got about 114,000 miles on it. It's had this lean problem for quite a while now. It's got the check engine light, it's got the P0171, it's got all kinds of misfires. But if we go to the live data and look at the fuel trim levels, you'll notice the short-term fuel trim is very high at idle. I mean, both these numbers, short-term fuel trim, long-term fuel trim, Bank 1, should be zero. Look how high they are. That short-term fuel trim is 9.4%. And I've changed the sensors, I've checked for vacuum leaks. But I did notice that when you give it gas, I'm right now at about 2,500 RPM, 2,300 RPM. It goes to the maximum, 19.5. And if it was a vacuum leak with the airway open, that should get better, but it's not. So it looks like it's a fuel delivery problem. So I removed the fuel injectors and cleaned them and put new screens in them and put them back in, and same thing, that short-term fuel trim is still really high. I changed the fuel filter, but then look at this. When I went to check the fuel pressure, look how low that is. It's less than 10 psi. I mean, this should be like 40, 38 to 44. And I know this gauge is working because I checked it on my Buick Park Avenue with the GM 3800, and it was like 45. So this is really low. So this is obviously why we're having that lean problem. It's just not getting enough gas. But what's amazing is this car still starts right up, and it has plenty of power on the freeway. It idles a little rough. You can feel the misfires. It runs rough, but I mean, it's got plenty of power. But it just kind of shows you that these Toyotas are pretty amazing. The fuel pumps, even though everything is far from perfect, the car still runs, and runs pretty good, which confused me. So which is why I went and got the fuel pressure gauge here. But Toyota doesn't make it easy to measure fuel pressure. I had to remove the banjo bolt from the fuel pressure regulator and replace it with an adapter. But anyways, there's the problem. So I'm gonna get a fuel pump for this thing, and hopefully my fuel trim numbers get better. But yeah, 19.5, that should be like 2 or 3 at the most. So anyways, I'll replace the fuel pump, and I'll put the results in the description. Thanks for watching.